Okay, so in the interest of time, I've added a little bit of coding already. I'll show you those blocks. Basically, when that custom color is clicked, we're actually going to want to hide a few of these things and make these be revealed. And then when we slide these, we are going to click that custom color, and then it's going to change the canvas color here. So we'll need some buttons to get back to drawing, and we'll need some buttons that will set this color to the painting color. And we might as well set the canvas to that color as well if people want to have custom both canvas and the paint color. So let's take a look at the blocks that made that happen. First of all, I've got this custom button, and it's going to make that horizontal master all disappear. It's going to make the drawing canvas also disappear with false. And then we've got our horizontal size slider is going to be not visible. So what has to become visible? Well, we're going to need the vertical color sliders to become visible. So we're going to set their visibility to true. They were already on there, so let's check our logic and make that true. And then we've also got to make that special canvas that we've got, the custom color canvas, become true as well. So we're going to set, look for the V visible to. So those are all things that we want to have happen when we click that custom color. Now as far as the sliders go, I'm just going to show you the blocks here. You just really have to make one. When the slider for red's position changes, you change that background color of the custom color canvas. That's going to show people what color they've chosen. So as they slide the red one, it makes a color with this list of the thumb positions for red, green, and blue. And the same thing happens when they touch the green one or when they touch the blue one. It automatically changes that custom color canvas to whatever those thumb positions are. So that's what you were seeing happen over here. So as we drag this around, they get a very big indicator. But we do need to have some buttons on here to set those. So let's go do that. So we're going to add another horizontal arrangement just for these buttons. Actually, let's do this. Let's put it inside of the color sliders. So when we hide this again, those buttons also get hidden. So let's make that width fill parent. And let's try a 10%. We may want to increase that. Let's see what those buttons look like. So let's just get two buttons here. One for set the paint and one for set the canvas. So a button and another button. And we'll just have them split. So button choose paint. And a button for choose canvas color. And we can change that width to let's just fill the parent on both of those and make that height. Most of our buttons are 10%. We're going to have lots more room on the screen. Let's make these buttons a little bit bigger. So 15% and a width, fill parent, and a height of 15%. Now the text for both of these, set paint color, and this one, set canvas color. Now that'll get rid of the picture that was on there. So it wouldn't be too bad of an idea to get a confirmation on that, but we won't worry about that just yet. Let's take a look here at what we have, and we're going to need to refresh this screen. So one way to do that is to just swap out a couple buttons, move them around. That's going to make it send the blocks again, and when we see the red button over here, we know, okay, we're current with that. And we should see those two buttons, and we'll give it that functionality. So this, I probably will need to connect to the emulator again. Let's go ahead and program those two. So over here with my buttons, we've got two new buttons that are going to set color. So one when the button for choosing paint, and another one when the button for choosing the canvas color. They're going to be very similar, and they're both going to need a little space there. So let's set the paint color for the canvas. Now this is the actual drawing canvas that when the button is it's clicked, it's going to change the drawing canvas, set drawing canvas, background color 2. So that's going to be when you choose the canvas button. And let's do that for the paint color. Set the, under the P's, paint color 2. Now what is it going to set it to? Well, wherever the sliders are. So we can just copy this right here and bring it over. And we're going to make that color actually bring that here. So it's almost the same, except the canvas that displays the color is not the one we're using. We're using the actual one when they hit those buttons. And again, so wherever the sliders are, paint and canvas, if both of these are exactly the same when they draw, they aren't going to be able to see what they've drawn. But that does open up the possibility of adding an erase button, because you can paint with the background color and it'll look like you're erasing. So that's something else that we could add. So let's take a look here. I'm going to pause it and get that emulator up and going. Okay, so we've got our screen here. When we slide these around, we can set the paint color, but we aren't given any feedback as to whether that really happened or not. So we've got our setting buttons there, but because we don't give the user any feedback, we don't really know if these buttons have done what they need to. So we'll need to add something in there probably. We also need a way of getting back to the drawing canvas. We don't have that. If we hit custom the way we expect people to, this is what they'll see. Now this horizontal arrangement doesn't seem to have enough vertical to show these, so we're going to need to adjust that a little bit as well. Let's go ahead and add one more button, and we're going to put it up above everything else. It won't be visible at first. We can just center the whole screen. It doesn't necessarily have to be inside of an arrangement. We may decide to do that, but let's make this button the button Go Paint. And go back to painting. Might even maybe make this a nice bright color of some sort. Let's give that a good 50% of the width. So it still looks like a button. And maybe a good 15% of the height as well. Nice big button to go back to painting. Since right here, this is all, we just need that to show the different colors. So we'll finish this up in another part.